Okay, so today I'm going to be performing the state board haircut. You will have 30 minutes to perform this. Step one is going to be first washing my hands. So you'll go to the back, wash your hands with soap and water, dry them, throw away the paper towel, come back to your station. Your station has already been disinfected, so you don't need to do that. You did that in the beginning. So we're going to lay out our supplies. So the first thing that we're going to lay out is our blue SMA towel. We have our drape, our Sanic strip. We have our cutting comb, our rat tail comb, and our 4 butterfly clips. Remember, everything that touches the client or the client's head goes on the SMA. Everything that doesn't goes on the side. So the client record card, the safety data sheet, first aid kit, not on the blue SMA towel, but off to the side on the station. We have our shears, our razor, and I packed a couple of extra duckbill clips. Throw away the empty bag in your trash bag, and you will get your water bottle, put it not on the SMA, but on the station. So the first thing that we're gonna do is section the hair into 4. So we're gonna lightly mist the hair so you have more control. Don't get the water on the client's face if you can help it, and don't have it be so much that it's dripping all over the floor. If it does drip on the floor, you can get some paper towels and clean it up. Okay, so we're gonna section into 4. So 1 straight down the middle, and another section going down the side right behind the ear. Don't spend a lot of time on this because you only have 30 minutes for the whole haircut. So you don't need to make perfect little buns. What you can do is just have the hair be controlled. And another one connecting to the other side, right down behind the ear. And clip the hair away, having it controlled. And then for the 2 in the back, it'll be the same thing. Straight down the middle, so that we have our 4 sections. Okay. Now we're going to establish our guideline. So you're either going to pull to establish with the razor and your guideline with the razor and cut with shears, or establish your guideline with shears and cut the rest of the hair with the razor. So I'm going to establish my guideline with the razor. So now that the hair is all up, I'm going to drape the client. You can drape the client before you section the hair. Get the drape as tight as possible and don't allow it to touch your clothing. And this is a hair cutting drape. Not touching the skin. Again, make it as tight as possible. So I'm going to do 1 inch subsections at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna get the hair wet. I'm using a razor, so you wanna make sure that you get the hair nice and wet. Okay, so be careful opening the razor. And I'm going to take at least a ½ inch off. It can be more than a ½ inch, so I'm gonna suggest an inch because then it's easier to see your guide. But as long as it's ½ inch, that's what is required. Always close your razor before you set it down on your SMA. So I did one subsection in the back, and now I'm going to do the other back subsection, 1 inch in diameter. Placing my comb on my blue SMA and the water bottle on the station. Carefully open the razor, and I will use my first guide to continue my razor guideline that I'm establishing. I'm taking 1 inch off, but you can take ½ inch or more. Closing the razor to set it down. And I'm going to continue my guideline in the front. 1 inch subsection. Hair wet. Making sure that you're palming your razor. So I'm using a little bit of my guide from the back section and making sure that when you cut, you're not going past your second knuckle, because that's something that your state board proctor will be looking at. Close the razor, set it on the SMA. You wouldn't be moving your mannequin head, but I'm just doing this for the video. So another inch subsection. I'm just establishing my guideline with the razor. Then I'm going to switch to shears for the rest of the haircut. The whole haircut is a 0-degree elevation. So flat down. Palming my razor, using my back section as my guide, not going past my second knuckle when I cut, taking at least ½ inch off. 0-degree elevation. Okay. So now my guideline is established with my razor, so I can set the razor away. I'm done with that. The rest of the haircut will be done using shears. I'm going to check for balance and precision first before I continue. So I'm going to feel the hair, make sure it's the same on both sides. It does feel even to me, it looks even to me. So I know that my guideline is good. So now I can continue. So I'm going to do the back sections first. Doing 1 inch at a time. And using my guideline that I made with the razor, that I established with my razor, that's going to be my guide. Making sure the hair is wet. And the same rules apply. We're palming the shears. We're not cutting past our second knuckle. And we're keeping the hair at a 0-degree elevation. Remember, you only have a half hour to do all of this. So you'll have to work pretty quickly. Palming the shears, bringing down my next inch. So since I took an inch off, I can easily see my guidelines. That's what I would suggest doing. And make sure that you're not pulling the hair out, that you're keeping it flat, straight down at a at a 0-degree elevation. Take another inch of a subsection down. Always setting the implements down on the blue SMA sheet, unless it's something that doesn't touch a client, like the water bottle, it goes on the station. Okay, so I'm now completing the right back quadrant, and then I'll continue on to the left back quadrant. But for the video purposes, I'm going to stop here because it's just going to be the same thing that I'm doing throughout the whole head. So once again, we established our guideline with the razor and cut the rest of the hair with the shears. It's a 0-degree elevation cut. Unless you pull on your card to establish the guideline with shears and do the rest of the haircut with the razor cut, then it would be the opposite of what I did. So let's say I've completed the whole haircut now. So I've cut at least a half an inch. I've checked for balance and precision. Is it even all around? Did I miss anything? No? Okay, everything looks good. Yes, it's even. So then you'll be done with the cut, assuming that you've done all 4 quadrants. And do I sweep up? No, I call for the instructor first, because the instructor has to come check your haircut and look at the ground and make sure there's at least half an inch off. So I'll stand with my arm up. Okay, the instructor comes, she checks it. Now I can sweep up. So I'm gonna grab my broom. This is all part of the 30 minutes. So you're expected to clean up too. So you're going to sweep the hair. And then do a good job, but do it as quick as you can, because 30 minutes goes pretty quickly. Okay, so I swept it. I am going to throw it away. Now I'm going to undrape my client. Put everything in the proper containers. So the drape is going to go in your soiled linen bag. The next strip is trash, so it's going to go in your trash bag. And you'll take the clippies out of the hair. They'll be out because you'll be done with the haircut. And now you can leave the water bottle on the station, but all of these items can be disinfected. So you'll put these in your soiled container. You'll put your blue SMA towel in your trash bag. At this point, you're done, and you can stand behind your chair to indicate completion.